Okay, so you can move your TV on this little arm right here. And then this opens. This is kind of my utility place. This is what we call the Era Bible. It has all the manuals you'll ever want. Anything you want to know about the Era is in here. We also have, and you want to get the skinny manual, not the fat one, if you're confused about something, because you'll read the fat one for 2 days and not find out anything. This is what you want. And that's more in the front here. But there's lots of information in here, and then we have like some latches and different things. Probably all you'll need is that little manual. And that goes up there, and then we also have a full tool set right here. This black thing just stays underneath. This has your shades in it for the 2 front windows, and they magnetize to the sides of the windows. So when you want to go full dark, you put these up on there. And then to block the light out of the front, you open this on both sides, like this.
Hold on, do that again.
So there's just this little Velcro here, and then you open this, and it slides across, and the other one slides across, and they magnet in the middle. So that'll make it completely dark in your cabin so you can sleep. Slide that on back over there. It does have a lock here to keep that shut. Shut that, and you're good. So I'm going to teach you a little bit about what's going on in the Mercedes end of things up here. So what we've got here is, I talked about before, there's a battery boost. So if you were to run the battery out of the front of the Mercedes, like the actual van part, then you could actually put this on and boost the battery from the battery in the back, the Winnebago part. And so that's really handy. You can also run the radio when you don't have the car running. You can push it to house and it'll run the radio. They didn't do a really great job on their phone connections here, so we've given you a few options. We've got a little dual one here, and also in our thing here there are 4 phone jacks here as well. So USB ports. So that makes a little bit more user-friendly for you. For your phone, we've also got this holder here. When you put your phone in there and kind of section it in, there's a button in the back that you push to release it. I didn't know that broke my husband's iPhone. So that's important. This little guy right here is called the Mobile Eye. And when you're driving, it'll light up and it'll have numbers on it. So if it thinks that you're going 10 miles or more over the speed limit, it will read the speed limit with its little eye thing here, and it'll start blinking at you. If it thinks that you're too close to the car in front of you, it'll start blinking at you and yelling at you. It'll also tell you like 2.5, and that's saying you have 2.5 seconds before you hit the car in front of you, if it has a little picture of a car. It also is supposed to detect if you're going over the lanes without a blinker, but it's not super good at it. So don't rely on that. Don't fall asleep and think it's going to wake you up, but it won't. Okay, so you got your lights over here on just a dial. So a lot of this stuff is just really not electric. So it's just dials. You've got, if you push this all the way in, then you'll have your windshield wiping fluid, and push it in further than you think you need to, because I thought it was broken because it wouldn't go in the first time. So just push it in more than that. It is a turbo diesel. It does not have a lot of get up and go. When you start, you're going to be like, is it going to go? And then all of a sudden it'll take off. So it's really slow on the uptake, so don't cut anybody off because you're not going to make it. And just remember, you're 15,000 pounds. So your big vehicle, we're 24.5 feet, and that's if you don't have anything on the back. And you're also, just think 10 feet tall. You're really 9'7", but think 10 foot tall, and then you won't break anything off the top of the car. Okay, so to recline the chairs, I know this seems a little elementary, but a lot of people have been confused on this point. Because we're so used to electric chairs now, we don't know how to actually do manual things. So you're underneath, you have the old school bar. Just pull on the bar, and you can move your chair back and forth. These chairs will actually swivel around so that you can 4 people can sit at a table together. So you grab this little guy, you push that in, and your chair will actually swivel around. So I've made the mistake a few times, and we know these scratches are here because I made them, of swiveling it when it was too far back. So push it up and then swivel, and then you'll be able to swivel the chair all the way around to sit at the table with you. Okay. Sometimes you may want to open the door. Okay, and then on the sides of the chairs... You
just pulled forward on that?
I just pushed it like that.
Oh, okay.
So on the sides of the chairs, to recline your chair, and this is something that was confusing to some people, like they never figured it out, is right here on the side of your chair. And then there's another knob lower to move your chair in different directions. So just mess around, feel on the sides, and you'll feel that there's a lot of manual knobs to push and pull, and I don't even know what this one does. Up and down. Okay. So just mess around with it until you get it where you want it to be. This is not leather, and it's actually washable, which is really nice. So it's really soft and super comfortable, but you can wipe it with water, which is fantastic, especially if you have kids. Okay, so up here, this is your screen here. You do have an aux here that you can put your phone in, and an SD card. I don't know, nobody uses those anymore. You can have your backup camera on all the time, which is awesome. So that's our little bucket that we have right there. You can actually leave that on while you're driving down the road, and that can be your rear view mirror, because as you can see, there's no rear view mirror because you can't see that far anyway. So I like to turn that on all the time, especially if I'm in traffic, to see who's on my tail and make sure that they're giving me enough space to stop. Navigation, I never use it. We just usually use the our phones. You can get your phone to go on to Bluetooth here, and it doesn't say Mercedes or Winnebago or anything, so just look for a long string of weird numbers, and that's the right one. Then you have your radio button here, and it's just normal, tune, seek, all that kind of stuff, and you'll figure that out as you guys go. There's lots of fun things here. Go ahead and knock yourself out if you want to play with them. You've got your heat here, air conditioner, and then your different dials to tell you which way up and down. The locking system on this car is a little weird, so we still haven't figured it out, but basically the sides will lock, and since they're not completely connected, we just keep pushing this until things happen. And then they'll lock, and they're also manual, so if someone's in the car, you can pull them up. Your hazards are here, so remember that, and your brake is here. You do have shifting, plus and minus when you get down into drive, so you can actually toggle it over a little bit if you're used to that and able to do that. If you're coming down a hill or something like that, you can put it into or lower gear. Okay, so one important thing is if it gets lower than, let's say, 35 degrees, you need to make sure that even if you're not in the vehicle, you make sure that you have the Truma heater on so that our pipes don't freeze, because that's really important that our pipes don't freeze. So make sure it's on at least to 60 and put it on the gas thing if you're not plugged in. There's some important information in here for you. You'll have your insurance card from Outdoorsy in there. There's a little book for you to sign in. And this, a tire gauge and some different things in there. And then over here we've got a big atlas for you, so if you get in a place where your phone doesn't work anymore, you've got a map, which is handy. And that is about all. I think you know what to do.